Hello, it is day 2 of VEDA, VEDA, vlog every day in August, and I'm actually kind of hoping that I've picked a time to sneak in where there won't be too many people, and I can just say my stuff and get out of here. Hey, Michelle. But I do have a plan, a loose plan again today. Hey. Anyway, loose plan for today. I want to follow Savvy Sexy Social's prompt for the day. And again, that information, if you missed me yesterday, is at savvysexysocial.com/SSSVEDA. The whole troop is there, whole roster of people who are supporting each other, and also a calendar with some awesome daily prompts. So if you're into this VEDA thing, I encourage you to get involved there. Anyway, so the prompt for today was, are you a morning person or a night person? And for me, that's a tough one. And I decided that rules are a crutch for the week, and I'm going to break the rules with my answer. I am both a morning person and a night person. It is the middle of the days that is a challenge for me, but I love to be up late at night, and I love to be up early in the morning. And I think it's because of the relative stillness and maybe the notion that you're on time that's not obligated. So I find that I sometimes have my best ideas or get things done at those times when they're not necessarily obliged, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else kind of feels that way. Hey, Rachel, sleep is for, that's right, sleep is for chumps. No, I'm not even going to say that. I actually tried to take a nap earlier. If I look tired, it's because I am tired, but I was unsuccessful in napping. Also, I'm currently sitting out on my front porch, and if I look sweaty, it's because I am, because it's about 100 degrees out here, but the inside of my house is a little bit busy. You might even hear my dog clawing at the door. So I was just trying to find a spot, and the sun is kind of beating down on me right now. So anyway, okay, so I am both a morning and a night person. Also, I want to tell you guys, I save these streams on catch.me, and I can go back and read every single comment. So if you're in here, even if you're not normally a commenter, just hit me with something in the comments. That way I can go back and thank you later if I miss you during the stream, which is very likely. Okay, next thing, moving right along. So we covered it. I'm both a night and a morning person. Second topic, guilty music. Okay, we all have that music that we listen to that we sort of like either do it on the QT when we're alone, or, you know, maybe rock out in our house while we're cleaning or whatever, but we don't really necessarily broadcast it to our friends, either because it's goofy or because we think they're going to pick on us or whatever. And I was listening to one of my guilty songs this morning, and I put out a request on Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter for what some of your guilty music is. Now, I prefaced my request by saying that at the time I was listening to Sammy Kershaw's Queen of My Double Wide Trailer, which is one of my favorite songs. I will not apologize. Love it. So there's that. But I also said guilty pleasures for me. I love like 80s and 90s rap, like with all the curses. Secretly kind of love Air Supply, like all their songs. That's definitely an in private one. Love Electric Light Orchestra, which I think some people think is cool, but my friends, people my age, are like, what? So anyway, but some of those are my jams. But some people were kind enough to actually follow up with me and give me theirs. Now, if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to take a sip of this fine Moscato, circa 2014. Okay, so crowdsourced guilty music. How old am I, Michelle? I'm 40. Kicking it Gen X style. All right, here are the crowdsourced answers that I got. First one I got from Sean on Twitter, and his handle is @BlendZone, and he said Bee Gees, to which I had to kind of high five him, because come on, you guys. Come on, staying alive. All right, and then I got one from my boy Blake over on Snapchat, and he is @BlakeC432, and he hit me with Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. And that's not really my speed, but I can understand why you might want to keep that under wraps. I also got another one on Snapchat from Megan Jankovic, and I think I'm saying her name right. She's fantastic. And her handle is her name, MEGHANJANKOVICH. And she said, are you ready? Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah, she kind of sung it a little bit too, which is pretty awesome. All right, and then I did get a hodgepodge of answers from Facebook. My good pal Big Jerry said 50s rock and country, ELO, which I thought was awesome because now that's 2 votes for ELO. ZZ Top and Eagles, which I told him I think ZZ Top and Eagles are both cool, or cool again. They're good. And then I shared with him one awful ZZ Top song that I happen to like that isn't even good, and that's embarrassing. And that song is called Rough Boy, and no one listens to that, but I like it. All right, so Big Jerry represented with several answers. Carrie Keenan said Journey. I guess she meant just anything by Journey. I'm not embarrassed by liking Journey. I don't know, Carrie. I don't know about that. She's not the only one that said it, by the way. I got from my friend Erica Prysock. We went to high school together, and we were big trouble when we were in high school. She gave me Fergie, which, okay, all right. J-Lo, and 90s Toni Braxton. I think we're talking like Unbreak My Heart, y'all. So, yeah, okay, I'll buy that. And then my husband's friend, Polecat, said Pat Benatar, as in hit me with your best shots. Yeah, you know, I can kind of see that, right? So if any of you guys didn't see my my question and you want to hit me in the comments or on Twitter with your guilty music, I would love to add it into the repertoire. See, I think Pat's cool too, Rachel. And she's very fierce. I think some of these things too are almost Joan Jett. I saw Joan Jett in concert actually just a few years ago when she was well past her prime, and she was badass. Like, amazing. So nobody should ever be embarrassed by Joan Jett, for sure. Okay, so that's all I got on the crowdsourced answers. Yeah, Britney Spears, Michelle. Yeah, although I'll make an exception for Toxic. I kind of like that song. Anyway, so that's all I had on the crowdsourced guilties. But come on, you guys. Like, everybody, I have tons more. Like, I even forgot to say on Facebook, but one of my favorite songs ever is Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin, which is not an uncool song. It's just that it's not really, doesn't really go with my generation, I guess, but I make no apologies. I play it loud sometimes and sing along. Savage Garden, I could see that maybe being a guilty. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, Runaround Sue. I'm telling you right now, actually, I can't even call Runaround Sue a guilty because I will play it. If you're around me and I want to play it, I will play it, and you'll just have to deal with it because Dion. And like I said, Air Supply, because I don't know how you do it, making love out of nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have on music. If anybody has any additional answers, I think we could do something super fun with the crowdsourced guilty music. And then the last thing that I had for today, for my VEDA, SSSVEDA, SBizHour team streaming every day extravaganza, was I put quid pro quo. That might not be the best way to put it, but I was just trying to be, you know, brief for the purposes of Twitter. I was thinking about something today. I believe, as many of my friends do, and also this is not an original point, it's just my take on it. I believe in giving before taking. I believe that you shouldn't do things with an expectation. But we had a conversation recently, my good friends and I, you know who you are, we had a conversation recently, we were talking about being targeted about things. Actually, there's that saying, no F's are given. We were joking around and talking about targeted F's to give, and basically just focusing on things that you want to be focused on and not focusing on things that either aren't time sensitive or aren't important today. Well, what I meant by quid pro quo was not that you do things with the expectation of getting something back, but you can still be targeted and you can still consider if you're getting something back overall from what you're doing. The reason I bring this up is because I was thinking there are some people, and I guarantee you there's not one of them who's in this stream, because otherwise it wouldn't be, you know, wouldn't make any sense. But there are some people that I have supported extensively or consistently over time, or a lot when they needed or asked for it or whatever, that haven't really done the same. I'm not saying I need any support or that there was ever a price tag on it, but I got to thinking that some people that you'll come in contact with will fall into that category. And it may not be intentional, it may not be, you know, personal, but the bottom line is you might realize that maybe because you're spending so much time there, you're missing something somewhere else. So it's not so much about, well, what have you done for me lately? I'm giving you the boot. But more, is this where I want to spend my time? Because if that person is so busy not to notice that I'm doing that, or I don't know how to say it diplomatically, but if they're too busy or too disinterested to notice, then maybe it's nothing personal, but maybe I should be focused more on the people who do notice things, and maybe I should be trying to help people who aren't so busy, who maybe need more attention. People treat me great on social media. I'm not complaining at all. I just mean I want to kind of step back and think about that concept a little bit, and I want to make sure that I don't fail to appreciate someone. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on who and what. Yes, naturally reciprocal relationships are most healthy. That's right, Rachel. And I think normally it happens naturally. And if it doesn't, then it's probably just not going to happen. And that doesn't mean anything. I mean, somebody that I've supported, they might come into this live stream and be like, this is garbage. I'm not sharing it with my followers. I wouldn't be upset by that. I really wouldn't. But maybe that means that we're kind of apples and oranges in a way. Yes, Michelle, you are a very giving person. I know you've been very generous with me. So that's my point, is not trying to get something for what you give, but maybe thinking about the big picture, the day to day, and focusing on where you give, focusing on people who, need it or appreciate it, or, are genuinely interested in your input and in the impact that you might have with your support. That's kind of top of mind for me right now. With that said, yes, thankfulness and generosity do go a long way, Paul. They do. Absolutely agree. And I am abundantly thankful. In fact, I can't believe there's 12 people in here watching this right now. You guys are awesome. And like I said, I will go back on the catch.me where it saves. I can go back and see every person who commented. I can't see everybody who attended, but everybody who commented, and I will respond and thank you properly for taking your time. And speaking of time, I don't want to take any more of it. Lots of other things that you probably want to be doing right now. There's some other cool people streaming, so go check them out. Oh, you did, Michelle? You're sweet. Hey, Mike. That's right. Not everyone's going to align. You're right. That's absolutely true. And I believe in being open-minded too. Don't have a short fuse and don't automatically turn someone off. Have an open mind, but also be circumspect about what you're doing, and if you're getting what you want out of your efforts, and how you feel about it at the end of the day, basically. Because I think when you do things from a place of enthusiasm and genuine interest, it's far better than when you try to force a square peg into a round hole. Be interested to be interesting. Yes, Rachel. She always says that, and it's very smart. Speaking of Rachel, yes, she is doing streaming every day in August too, so please make sure you're following Rachel. She is at Rachel Lou Miller. That's RACHELLOU Miller on Twitter and on here, so follow her too. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Live in the question, what else? Yes, I agree, Mike. Live in the question, what else is possible? Exactly. It's not always necessarily about the negative. It could be about the positive, about what else you could do if you shifted focus. Absolutely. I hope you did watch Rachel, Michelle. You guys get along famously. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because there's people walking in the neighborhood. My dog's about to go like Cujo on the situation. So I'm out. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. And I will be supporting everyone else who's doing VEDA and SSSVEDA. Thank you guys so much. And I will follow up with you on Twitter. And thank you for coming in. Have a good night.